Hello, welcome again to another video. Today we're gonna continue with the second part of the Unit 6 that we were doing yesterday. And if you remember correctly, we were talking about different sports and fitness activities, what do we say if we have the different activities, if it's do, go, or play. We talked a lot about the adverbs of frequency, always, almost always, usually, often, sometimes, hardly ever, almost never, never, seldom, rarely, all of those. I'll also once a week, twice a week, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. And today we're gonna be continuing with some of the topics. But to start, we're gonna continue with a conversation of two people playing tennis. Let's pay close attention to this conversation because it's quite interesting what happens at the end. First, listen to this conversation and then listen to the second part. They're gonna play a match and let's see who's the winner, okay? So pay close attention, it's really interesting and fun, so I hope you like it.
Page 39. Exercise 10. Conversation. You're in great shape. Part A. Listen and practice.
You're in great shape, Mick.
Thanks. I guess I'm a real fitness freak.
How often do you work out?
Well, I go swimming and lift weights every day, and I play tennis 3 times a week.
Tennis? That sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, do you want to play sometime?
How well do you play?
Pretty well, I guess.
Well, all right, but I'm not very good.
No problem. I'll give you a few tips.
Page 39. Exercise 10. Part B. Listen to Mick and Steph after their tennis match. Who's the winner?
Good game, Mick.
Thanks. You too. And congratulations on the win. You play pretty well.
Oh, no, not really.
How often do you play?
Once or twice a year. I'm just lucky today, I guess. Want to play another game?
Sure. Just let me take a 5-minute break.
Okay, that was quite interesting because Mick was like all pro and stuff, like, oh, I play really good, I can give you a few tips, don't worry. But then he ended up losing. Let's see. Yes, Steph is the winner. She said like she was only like lucky that day. Well, maybe Mick is not so good at playing tennis as he used to say. But oh well, I found that quite quite funny actually. Okay, let's continue now. Today we're gonna go right away to the grammar. It's gonna be something really interesting and something quite important in English actually. That are the questions with how. Short answers. We know, you know, there are. It's like we know we have different WH words, right? We have when, where, why, where, how, and what. And I told a couple of videos back that there is a difference between in what and in how. That we can add some other words to specify, to be more specific of what we're gonna ask. For example, we have the WH word what, and we can say, what are you doing? I'm just asking what. But if you say what time is it, you're wanting to ask for the specific time. What color are you wearing? You're asking about the specific color. What classes do you like? You're asking about the classes. With what we use nouns to specify in the question, basically. Well, how is the same but with adjectives. How long do you spend at the gym? Like, how long the time? How well do you play tennis? How good are you at sports? How often do you work out? All of them can be said that are adjectives. And it's like that. What with nouns to specify and how with adjectives. But we're gonna see some other materials, and let's try to be a little bit, let's go a little bit more deep in a little bit deeper in the word how. Okay, we have different ways to use how. We basically need to use an adjective. How far is for distance. How far is your house from here? You're talking about the specific distance. How old? How old is your granddad? That's why we ask the question, how old are you? It's like with the adjective of old. Okay, that's for age, the years that you're alive. For quantity, we can use how many and how much. The difference with this is that are countable, like you can say 1, 2, 3, 4 of those things, like one phone, two phones, three phones, five phones. Then you say how many. How many phones do you have? With people, for example, one person, two people, three people, four people, five people, etc. These are countable nouns. So we say how many. And how much with uncountable nouns. How much water do you need? How much juice do you need? How much rice are you gonna use, for example? Okay, how long can be for a period of time, basically. That's why when we had the question, how long do you spend at the gym? It's like how much time. Much time is uncountable, so you say how much time do you spend on something. Okay, it's for a period of time. For example, how long does it take you to go to work? How often is for frequency. Then is when we use the adverb of frequency. Never, often, sometimes, always. How often do you dance? We also have how tall for high. How tall are you? How high is like for specific things that are really high, that we already know that is high. How high is the Mount Everest? And usually, tall is usually used with people and high with places or things. Okay, how deep is for the depth. We have high, that is going up, and the depth, that is going down. How deep is the ocean? How fast is for speed. How fast can you drive here? How big is for the size. How big was the dinosaur? How big is your dog? Maybe it's a little, it's not so big, it's small, or it's really big. How heavy is for weight. How heavy is the butts? And here we talked about how well and how good. And you can think it's the same, but it has a good couple of differences, and we're gonna be seeing them. Good versus well. Well, good is an adjective, and well is an adjective too, but it is also an adverb. It can work as an adjective and also as an adverb. But good is only works as an adjective. You cannot use it as an adverb. Good indicates good health and good spirits, follows a linking verb when used in the predicative position. How good with be. Okay? Well specifically refers to good health, follows an action verb when used as an adverb, and how well with other verbs. It means that we usually use the verb be, is, or are, or am, if you use good. And we use well when we use other verbs, basically. We're gonna see some example of this. For example, how well do you play tennis? You see, this is other verb. This is the verb do. How good are you at sports? Here we have verb be. Okay. We have how long do you spend at the gym? This is one of the different questions with how, and we have short answers for each one of them. How often do you work out? Every day, twice a week, not very often. How well do you play tennis? Oh, pretty well. About average? Not very well. How good are you at sports? Pretty good. Okay, not so good. How long do you spend at the gym? 30 minutes a day, 2 hours a week, about an hour on weekends. Okay, I hope that you understand this part. Let's take our times to check to do this exercise, put in the correct WH, the how questions with how, and then when you finish, we're gonna check. Okay, you finished? Let's check. We have how good are you at sports? How long do you spend online? How often do you go to to the beach? And how well can you swim? But why? Let's see. Here on the first one we have the answer. I guess I'm pretty good. I play a lot of different sports. That person is talking about themselves. So if you want to talk about ask a question to another person, then you need the verb be. So verb be, it means how good. How good are you at sports? Then the second one, the answer is about an hour after dinner, I like to chat with my friend. Here we're talking about time, a specific amount of time. So what do we use? How long? How long do you spend online? Number 3 says once or twice a month. It's a good way to relax. So he's talking about amount of time. So it's with often then. How often do you go to the beach? And the last one, well, you can do that by elimination. But also, the answer says not very well. I need to take swimming lesson. The answer already says it. Okay, so the question is, how well can you swim? Very good, very good. Now we're gonna be having a listening. Okay, you're gonna listen to Rachel, Nicholas, Zach, and Jennifer discuss sports and exercises, and you need to identify who is a couch potato, who is a fitness freak, who is a sports nut, and who is a gym rat. I hope that you remember these terms from the last video. If not, you can go there and watch that part again. Okay? So pay close attention to the listening, and then we're gonna check the answers.
Page 40. Exercise 12. Listening. You're in great shape. Listen to Rachel, Nicholas, Zach, and Jennifer discuss sports and exercise. Who is a couch potato? A fitness freak? A sports nut? A gym rat?
How good are you at sports, Nicholas?
Are you kidding? I'm terrible. But I love to watch sports. I go to basketball games all the time. I really love college basketball. I like to read sports news, too. I check a few websites every day.
Awesome.
Do you like sports, Rachel?
Oh, yeah. I like to exercise. But I don't watch sports very much, and I never follow sports news.
How much time do you spend exercising?
Well, I guess I exercise about 2 or 3 hours a day. I do aerobics at home 3 times a week, and the other days I go swimming. Oh, and sometimes I ride my bike.
That's great, Rachel. Hey, Jennifer, you're in great shape too.
Thanks. I go to the gym 6 days a week.
6 days a week? Wow.
I love the gym. I run on the treadmill and then lift weights for about an hour.
And what about you, Zach?
Oh, I'm too lazy to play sports. I really hate exercising. And I almost never go to any sporting events. In my free time, I like to sit with my feet up and watch my favorite TV shows.
Okay, very good. I hope that you got the answers. Let's check. Well, we see that a couch potato, that is Zach, a fitness freak, that is Rachel, a sports nut, that is Nicholas, and a gym rat, that is Jennifer. Very good, very good. Now for the last part, we have an interesting reading that is actually a survey. Here we have fit and healthy. Take the quiz. Is to see how healthy are you. You're gonna be answering these questions to yourself and then take the numbers. When you finish, you will get a number, a final number. You're gonna sum them, and you're gonna be seeing what you should do, or if you're doing good, or if you're doing bad. Okay? So take your time to read each one of these, and take your moment to have the correct amount to get to rate yourself. Okay? The first part, we have the question: how many servings and fruits or vegetables do you eat each day? How often? How much sugar do you use in food and drinks? How often do you eat junk food? How many glasses of water do you drink each day? Do you eat oily fish, for example sardines or salmon? How often do you exercise? Do you walk or bike to work or school? Is fitness important to you? What do you do on weekends? When you're at work or school, how active are you? And then You're gonna sum all the points and rate yourself. If you are 42 to 50, good job. You're doing all the right things for a healthy life. If you are from 28 to 41, you're on the right track. With a little more work, you'll be great. 15 to 27, keep trying. You can be very fit and healthy, so don't give up. And if you are on 14 or below or less, it's time to improve your health and fitness. You can do it. Okay? I hope that you liked this short class of today. Next time we're gonna be continuing with the Unit 7. Okay? So look forward to it. See you next time.